Wärtsilä is a global leader in providing solutions, life cycle solutions and advanced technology into the marine industry. And by emphasizing efficiency and sustainability, we are guaranteeing economic and environmental friendly operation of the ships. Big trend right now, Wärtsilä is launching new technology all the time, and there is a big trend now in digital platforms, digital solutions, which we are now encouraging by organization change, getting more agile by introducing digital acceleration innovation centers around the world. When it comes to legislation-driven products like ballast water that we are going to talk about today, there are a few keywords. First of all is, of course, compliance, availability, and peace of mind for the customer to be in compliance. Wärtsilä is currently in parallel developing the two most commonly used technologies that ranks for about 90% of the total sold technologies. That's UV, ultraviolet radiation, and electrochlorination. We have in situ generated electrochlorination in combination with the mechanical filter that is common to both the systems. The most urgent development for these products right now is to get them US Coast Guard type approved and also work on the forthcoming G8 type approval. But also very important is, of course, to ensure availability. And availability means that we work on our supply chain, work with our subcontractors, we prepare our manufacturing capabilities. Mainly now we have manufacturing capability in UK, we also have in China. We are also looking at licensing. We are licensing part of the products ourselves. We also have third-party license to produce some equipment. But not only guaranteeing equipment availability, we are also safeguarding engineering capacity. We are safeguarding project management capability, site advisory services, and foremost commissioning, engineering and customer support at operation. To ensure the capacity now for the big retrofit boom coming, we now have Wärtsilä Ship Design and Wärtsilä Services Organization, which has activities in more than 200 offices in about 70 countries and about 10,000 people in staff. They are now critical partners in our retrofits projects going forward. So that was that. I want to talk about electrochlorination. When applying electricity to marine water in order to create the radicals and the hypochloride, there will always be a residual of compound gases, hydroxides and things that are risky. So now also recently UK health and safety executives issued a safety alert because we have had some in the industry there has been some accidents with this type of technology. So when Wärtsilä first designed our electrochlorination from the really first beginning, we did a very rigorous HACCP study, that means hazard and operability study, where you go through all operation steps, normal and unnormal. You have all the occasions that could happen and could cause a risk. So Wärtsilä has designed in a system where in operation or even at manual override servicing, there are certain things you can't do because the system is designed to prevent that you can apply electricity if conditions are not correct. So that are monitored valves that needs to be in positions, so you cannot have application of electricity at no flow condition. We also have faulty alarm on all sensors, so we know if sensors are correct or not. And we have manual interlocks on certain valves that you can't apply power to the system if conditions are not correct. And you also have the flow and temperatures monitored, of course. So this is by customers that has truly gone through and looked at our system, has given us a benefit, especially for tanker market, where electrochlorination fits in very well due to flexibility and the capacity. So it's a good technology for large size. And tankers are normally rigorous with the safety standards, and they have found our system worth going for, and we have got orders in that segment due to the high safety standard we apply. Well, as I said, we are a marine supplier, experienced marine supplier with a long track record, and we know the market and we know the customers' needs. And choosing between available technologies and available vendors, I think it's wise to come to a partner that can offer you a single platform for everything. As I said, we have a choice of ballast water, so we would fit most operations, most vessels, ideal technology. And we also offer a 6-point program to compliance, which means that we take part with you in the studies. We do investigate the vessels, we can do engineering, feasibility studies and reports and everything. Further, if you go for a broader scope with Wärtsilä, you will have a benefit of having training for the fleet. You will have spare parts. You are dealing with a global supplier that is locally available and mitigate risk for vessel downtime by being present at service. We also offer uniquely global customer support centers, and you would have a single point of contact where we could assist you through the whole project, through the whole process, including class questions, installation questions, procurement questions, and project management up to commissioning. Yes, very good question. Operating new equipment always comes with a learning curve. Crew may not be familiar to the technology or maybe even the reason why and how it should be used and how it should be reported. Wärtsilä will ensure that the crew gets properly trained. We have globally available training centers called Wärtsilä Land and Sea Academy, where we train both internal people and external customers. With customers, we always do an assessment to start with. What is the level of training needed? What are the critical items needed to be covered in the training program? Then customer can benefit this training either face-to-face in our classroom trainings. With some training centers have equipment for physical hands-on training. But we also develop a digital platform for training, which can be tailor-made for the customer as well, which could be in more interactive way of learning. So this would mean then that your operators and crew would be certified for the equipment by Wärtsilä Land and Sea Academy. Of course, there is also a possibility to have follow-up training. Normally these trained people can train their colleagues, so you benefit for the fleet. And there is also then an access to Wärtsilä global customer support centers that are actually local in the different areas where you sail. So you have a 24/7 contact that you can contact if in case you have some malfunction or trouble with the products.